And find a nice way to lie down. As I told you, we'll do a little bit longer in Savasana today. So you want to be comfortable, and depending on where you live and what the weather is today, you might want something to cover you. Have something under your head or under your knees, whatever works for you. It takes a little while for the body to really realize that you're supported by the ground. So you have to travel inside your body and just inform different places that you are supported. You're supported in your arms. If you lift up a little and roll the shoulders underneath, then as you come to rest back on the shoulders, you have more possibility for lengthening the neck. So all that lovely area in the back of the neck and the shoulders is open. And that helps the chest to let go of the arm. So just feel the arms now falling away heavily. And the space opening up in the shoulders. And we've been letting go. We've been letting anxiety and fear, maybe stress, all kinds of things that we don't really need to hang on to, flow out of the spaces. We'll just see if there are a few more bits to let go of in the space between the arms and the shoulders. If your breath deepens, it means that something really let go. You can always adapt your pose. You can move in any way to make it more comfortable. Move out into your elbows. Take one elbow at a time and feel the bones dropping away from each other and releasing something after your elbow. Do it on one side and then on the other. So the bones of your arms are falling away from each other. Even the wrists, all the little bones in the wrists are allowing space to release rivers of stuff that's no longer useful. And you travel down through your back. And feel the two halves of your back, the right half where it's attached to the spine, letting go and dropping. And sliding outwards. And the left half of your back all the way down, the attachments to the spine, letting go and dropping. And sliding outwards. And see what can flow out of your back into the earth. What is no longer necessary. Move down into your groins and your hips. Left leg. Waggle your left leg a little bit and see if from the kidney inside the pelvis at the back you can let that leg travel out of your body a little bit. So then you have more space in the groin and in the whole hip. And do the same with the right leg. Waggle it to loosen up the muscles. Ease it out until you feel you have more space. And that the leg bones or thigh bones are heavy. And they're resting down into the earth. And then the knees. Can you let go in the knees? So the three bones, the two bones in the lower leg, they fall away from the knee. And the thigh bone releases. And in your ankles, you can waggle your feet a little bit just to feel your ankles and invite them to let go. And your foot bones, far, far away from you. Space is opening up between the bones in your feet. Feel all that and come back to your neck. With the big base of your neck, that big bone. That release into the throat. Feel your jaw relaxing and all the bones of the neck opening up spaces. Last little bits flowing out of you into the earth. So now your breath is flowing in from all directions, flowing through all these spaces that you have made and flowing out of them. And part of you flows out too. Your awareness goes a little way out with your breath. The breath can touch the outside of your body, and it touches the inside of your body. Feel the warmth inside your body. And feel the sense of being outside your body, like where the breath touches you. Now we've let everything drop. But there are always two directions at least. So when you drop a stone into water, there are often little bits of water that fly up into the air, little bubbles that rise, circles in the water. When you look into one of your spaces, maybe in the shoulders, and feel the great depth that you have reached by opening up into the earth. like a tree that sends its roots down deep into the earth. What comes up? What grows up out of those roots? What rises up? What becomes what we know as the tree above ground, with its branches and its leaves and its fruit and its flowers. Feel that tree. Maybe it's a very big tree. Some trees that are very old are very wide and very big, and maybe out of every space in your body where you have dropped roots, your knees, your ankles, your spine, deep into the earth, a tree, one big tree has grown up out of you and is creating shade above you. Look into that tree, into its branches, into its leaves, maybe into a nest that some bird has built. And feel how that tree moves, the branches, the leaves move in the wind. And above that is the sky. And the light and the warmth from the sun that gives it life. And then imagine a beautiful lake early in the morning as the sun is slowly coming up. And from that lake, a mist is rising. Sometimes we have mist here over the sea, and we cannot even see the coast of Turkey. Out of the depths of the sea is so deep. Imagine you are a lake or the ocean, and feel that depth, and feel what you are letting go of in yourself. It rises so beautifully, so lightly, so gracefully out of you, like a mist rising, rising. You can feel the depth still, but you can also feel what is rising out of you. And can you feel that separation as something drops back down deep and something rises? They separate. The mist becomes a cloud high up in the sky. The water is still in the earth. Get a sense of being that cloud. Maybe there's a beautiful sunset and the cloud is turning pink. The cloud is looking down and sees its reflection in the lake. You on the earth, or in the earth, are reflecting the cloud. From somewhere in the bushes, a bird flies upwards. From somewhere in your body, something stirs and lifts up out of you. The twigs and the leaves drop back to the earth from where the bird stirred them. Feel what is dropping back, falling back as that bird lifts, spreading its wings and flying upwards. Feel the ground that it has left behind, and feel the incredible space that you now extend into the distance you can see across the landscape as you glide on an air current. And swirling around, you see the place you left behind. Some people have made a fire. It's late evening, and they warm themselves by the fire. Feel the fire in your body, the heat and the warmth in your heart, in your stomach, in your belly, in your joints. And watch the smoke rising out of the fire. See the smoke rising and dispersing into the space above. And the smoke knows the fire, but it leaves the fire as it moves up and merges with the sky. Merges with the sky, you feel you've lost your form, and that delicious spaciousness, endless spaciousness, is so much more free and beautiful than the form you were held in. Feel your breath. And feel the separation as what leaves you and rises, what part of you that is, and what part of you do you drop behind. More and more of your body falls away as that part of you finds its way out of all those little spaces and rises upwards to get a sense of total freedom and space and light. Just for a moment. And from way up above, you can look down on that body, on the ground. That part of yourself that lifted out and up sees a beautiful body and comes softly, softly down and back and slides inside. Feel your body welcoming that part of you that lifted out for a moment. And as those two parts of you reconnect begin to move a little bit. Feel your breath. Feel those two experiences of being out and above and being deeply down and in, coming together. It's your birthright, your privilege to be in this body, but to know the freedom of being free without a body. And the two experiences begin to live within you. You can sense the one touching the other from the inside, all the way down into your toes. Just notice different sensations. And notice how you never really lost that experience of being out and beyond your body. It's always been there. And it also helps you to live more fully in your body. So begin to slowly stretch and move in your own way, in your own time. Waking up your body again, because in a way, you left your body behind. In a way, the body returned to the earth. And it needs to feel the life of that other part of you coming back into it, and how it wants to move, how it wants to feel itself in a slightly new way, because you can feel your body from the outside and from the inside. You are way bigger than your body, but you can climb right back inside and stay very silent and nobody will notice you. Or you could come out very big and powerful when you have something important to say or to do. You can either rest further on the ground, or if you like to come up, and we'll sit. Let's sit with the legs out. And this is only an invitation. If you prefer to stay resting and continue that experience, obviously that's more important. But we're coming back in this position fully into the body, and we're feeling now how kind of almost tiresome the body can be. It has aches and pains and places where it doesn't feel comfortable. And it takes a while to get ourselves really back inside again. So just stretch the feet like that. Heels going out, toes going down. This is a wonderful movement for the feet because it stretches all the muscles on the front and the back, and it starts to help the circulation and goes right on up into the rest of your body. If you can't sleep at night, try that in bed. Up and down, maybe 10 times. And then just go into very slow, deep breathing into your kidneys. That's your lower back. And might help. Let's just open the leg away from the buttock bone. And now get the buttock bones back. Breathe into your kidneys. Fill the kidneys out. There's so much more potential now because you've been out into the space around you. So now that space wants to start inviting the inner body to open out more. So you can bring a lot of new space and breath into your kidneys. And let's just turn to one side. And when you do that, anchor down the buttock bone on the side you're turning away from so that you're anchored there. And then invite the kidneys to actually have a lot of energy, really wide energy that turns you from the back. So this is all very calm. There's no stress in the front body. There's joy that's coming up from the earth, but the kidneys are widening out like two big, not wings exactly. I feel they're more like two big hands that are widening my back and lifting it up and turning it. So this kidney will be more powerful and this kidney will be opening out more. So just see if you can feel that you're going into your twist from the kidneys in the back. You can anchor yourself with your hands and breathe. Feel the weight of your legs on the floor and the lightness as you rise up out of them. And then come back. Breathe. And when you feel ready, anchor down from the other buttock bone and keep that anchor, and then invite the kidneys to widen out at the back. And this kidney is going to be more strong to lift you up and turn. Well, they both lift you up, but this one moves you towards the opposite side, and the other kidney behind you is opening out into space. Keep that anchoring down from the first buttock bone, and then the kidneys are going to tip you up a little bit. So the bottom of the kidneys move forwards, and the top of the kidneys move a little back. So you go up, up, up from the kidneys into a little backbone just in the kidney area, little back bend in the kidney area. And breathe as if you were lying back on a beautiful couch. And then come back. Just, if you can let go the back of your thighs, feel that space between the buttock bones and the back of the thigh. Feel the energy rising from the front, and just in your own way, come as far as is comfortable for you. When you come back up, Just sit quiet. Feel the earth, the ground, the support of the ground, the deep. Your imagination has to come in here, but the depth underneath you is that just as you went out into infinite space, can you go down deep into the earth? And to feel those two experiences at the same time, if possible. One long breath. And thank you for joining this beautiful experience. I suggest you rest for a little while in whatever position you feel comfortable, or just sit. I'll see you again next week.